Okay.
All right. Mina, tell us how you found out about us.
I found out about you through a podcast, I believe, that you did. And as I was on my way to pick up my granddaughter from school, and it piqued my interest because you were speaking on cancer, and which I have had cancer twice, breast cancer, and also the alternative, what's available out there besides the chemo and the, basically the Band-Aid that, Western medicine puts on us, and how they put out the fire versus preventable. And so because I had cancer twice, I wanted to know why, what was going on. And everything that you said in that podcast was speaking directly to me, really, because I'm thinking, wow, yes, I want to know why this is happening. Yes, I want to know what I can do to prevent it. Yes, I want to know, I don't want to go through all that again if I can help it. And I don't understand why this isn't being tested for everybody instead of, after you have cancer and what they do for that, which is really hard. It's hard on your body. It's hard on your family. It's hard on everything. So that really piqued my interest. And it was through a podcast I was listening to. And I honestly don't even remember how it came to me, besides God.
And you know what? God does answer prayer.
Yeah, exactly.
In his own timing. What was your initial impression, and be honest, when you were thinking about signing up with us? Tell me a little bit about what was going through your head.
Well, at first I didn't know how I would even get started. As like I said, I was picking up my granddaughter and I was hoping she didn't come out of school yet because I wanted to listen for the number at the end of this podcast to be able to get a hold of somebody or you or speak to you. And so I kept saying, okay, just a few more minutes. And finally I did get your number and I was able to sign up and I was able to have a conversation with you. Which was amazing and wonderful. And everything kind of clicked at that time. So I didn't feel like I was in a waiting room for 3 hours for something. So at first I was so excited to hear that there was something other out there that felt very doable to me or understandable to me. But again, I didn't know what it was going to take. I didn't know if insurance would pay for some of the things that you were talking about and some of the testing and the blood and urine and all of that. So that was at first were my questions to me, is how do we get this done and how can I feasibly get it done? So
that's really helpful because, as you mentioned, I agree that health insurance should cover prevention, not just reactive healthcare, and that labs that you need to help prevent another $1 million episode of cancer, or the heartache, the anxiety, the down feelings that you and your family get, the fear, right? I mean, that's just priceless to prevent that. But
right. That
would be nice if there was more preventative instead of just reactive medicine.
Exactly.
And then I remember that your husband, Gary, was there.
Yes.
And tell me a little bit about what you and Gary discussed or what was going through his mind when you guys met me and heard this opportunity to work with us.
Well, for Gary, and I'm very blessed to have him in my life, his only care is for me to be healthy and here. That's all he cared about. And he is willing and was willing to do anything that it took, which was one of the most important things for him in his life, was for me to be healthy, not to get cancer again, to do everything that we together could possibly do to prevent it. And if in the event that we couldn't prevent it, neither one of us wanted to say we could have, we should have, and we didn't.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
And that's basically where we were at. And so
I love that.
Yeah, he was very supportive in anything that I felt I was ready to do.
What were some benefits that you received from working with us on this 6-month program?
Oh my gosh, are you kidding? Oh my gosh. Benefits. First of all, I want to start out saying by the support that I've received, the trust that I felt, the uplifting that I felt was there for me at any time of day, night, weekend, whatever. Even when I felt that I was not following the program the way I should have, or that I was, not being on task, I never felt that I was being kind of scolded or, I just felt very supported that, it's okay. We could try this again tomorrow. It's okay. And so I felt very comfortable in the family that was created between your group and ourselves.
I love that. I also wanted to ask about the access to this type of care in Alaska. Our clinic is in New Jersey and you're in Alaska. Do you have care like this around you that you're aware of?
We are kind of fortunate to have a holistic medical clinic. And also we have a fantastic grocery store, the Natural Pantry, which is amazing. And, it offers us pretty much everything that we're looking for, especially being in Alaska. However, it's not in the depth that it was with you. So because I do have, and through my cancer, I also followed a homeopath. I have a homeopathic oncologist who studied at the Cancer Treatment Center of America in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and came up and opened up a clinic here. And he works with a cancer center, but he's in the holistic or homeopathic side of it. And he did help me a lot, but again, it was in the depth that you offer. It wasn't. Basically, we are lucky in that sense, but it kind of stops at a certain place.
Yeah,
and it's not a whole program that I got involved in that we have that is offered here.
Yeah.
It's not a whole program.
Yeah. I think that it's best for you to say. What I found is usually most different from our program that's comprehensive and more depth than a traditional holistic practitioner of some kind is the educational curriculum with modules and teaching you so much, but also the support. And then lastly, the labs and everything being included. So you tell me in your own words, since you went through working with us and this homeopath, the major differences between us and other, if you want to call it holistic things you've done.
Oh my gosh, there's really no comparison, to be honest, at all. Because what you have given me is a lifetime of knowledge. I have the modules that I decided to print out and make a whole binder of everything, all our emails, everything that we've gone through and through. Also with the nutritionist, with Daria, all of that information, and I put together an amazing book that not only that I can share, I can have for myself for as long as I live, but also that I can share it with other people and to say, here, look, this is what I went through. This is what I did. So, and we don't, that's, like I said, there is no comparison. I don't have, that is not available, with the homeopathic, clinic here. Basically you go in, you don't feel good, you do this and that, and then you get what you get homeopathically. And that's it, but yours was so in depth, and yours was so, the information I kept saying every week when I had to put in, about what I was getting this week out of this program, and every time I put down the knowledge and information, the knowledge, the knowledge, it was just amazing. And I'm so grateful for that.
We're so grateful for you and that you said yes to you. I know you told me you have had some new hair growth at times during the program. And remember, you mentioned that we never scold you and that health is like a cha-cha, right? Where you go forward, back, around. And that may still happen, as you've noticed, we've talked about. So while there's still going to be challenges and you've learned a lot, this was a nice jumpstart. Tell me during the program, what were, besides prevention of a recurrence of cancer, which we were looking at with right labs and support to teach you. Tell me a little bit about improvements that you and Gary noticed in each of your health, even though Gary didn't work with us, but he's contagious, right? Through the house of osmosis,
Well,
like you said, all these people I can teach. Tell me some of the improvements you and Gary gained from working with us.
well, of course, since I was cooking differently and I was, following pretty well some of the foods and eliminating some of the things that I have eliminated forever now. I don't even bring it into the house anymore. But he lost a lot of weight. At first, he was not happy because he was like, I'm not eating enough. I'm hungry. I want this other stuff. And then finally, when he got down to the weight that he wanted to be, he wasn't very overweight anyway, but it was just that, 15-pound thing that he went through. He was like, I'm really happy that I'm at my goal weight. And I don't want to go back up. I don't want to. The only down is after I was done with the program, I have to say that I went hog wild and eating everything in sight. And that was on me. That was not, that was, so because I have that resource book that we put together, I can just say, okay, we're starting all over again. Let's go back. And so, and that's what I have. And I understand that you said to me, live, and I am, but I was really living.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I noticed that you had, I think, lost weight and felt more energy, perhaps better hair, less joint pain at times. I know there's still some issues you're working through, but tell me for you, because of course you're selfless. I know you always talk about others before you. What were things that you had gained besides knowledge on how to help yourself and know you did everything you can to prevent another recurrence? Tell me little things that happened during the program maybe you didn't expect.
Yes, I did lose weight. I was eating better. I learned to eat 3 times a day, which was very hard for me because I didn't eat breakfast. I never ate breakfast. But I realized by eating more, I was losing more. Which, was really weird for me, but I wasn't eating the right things for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't snack anymore. Just a whole knowledge of knowing before I put something in my mouth, what is it doing to me? And I felt so much more energetic, so much better. My joints, were feeling better. I was having a better outlook for myself, even though I'm of a certain age. So, and I do understand where that's heading, but I still wanted to be basically the 70 is the new 40. How do they say? New 50 or something like that.
Yeah, other people say 70 is the new 50 or 40. Yeah.
Correct. And so that's how I was feeling, and that's why I am feeling that I'm able to just keep up, and I'm doing the things that I want to do. And it also gave me the knowledge and the ability to learn on how to take care of me first, which that has been a very difficult thing for me. Or, to just let go of things, so it was, the program was not just health of body, but it was also health of mind. So, it was a whole body treatment is what it was, that I had to just stop and listen.
I love that, because I remember when you and Gary looked at each other, you said, I haven't done something for me, and this impacts me and my whole family. And I'm going to do, this is a season of me and Gary. And that's a lot. And I want to hear from you. Any closing comments you'd like to add for someone just like you, a super grandma that wants to be everywhere for everyone, still active, at times still working, wants to travel, right? Enjoy your marriage. What would you tell that other grandma that's just like you, that's not sure if she should do this program?
Honestly, don't hesitate a second. It's the best thing that could ever happen to you, to have this beautiful knowledge of taking care of yourself first. So you're able to do those things with, for your family, the support, the kindness, the family feeling, just being part of my family. Even though I'm done with the program, I can't tell you that I know that if I needed to reach out to you, that I can. I know that I can just say, hey, I just want to check in and say hi. I don't want anything. I don't need anything. You're
Yeah.
part of my family because
I feel that.
me, be where I am.
Yeah.
And then and the best part of that is when you get your test results and it made such a big difference. That's
Yeah.
the celebration. And that's what I want to tell,
Yeah.
grandmas or anybody that's out there that even thinks about it.
Yeah.
Please don't hesitate. I know it's an expensive thing, but we spend money on so much other than, what is important. And, it's a celebration. It's a celebration of living, not just life. So
it's priceless. I love that.
yes.
Nona, Mina, I just want to thank you so much for your time today. And I want you to know that this was just so priceless, as I told you, to just light your own way. And then it lights it for so many others, not just you, not just Gary, and not just your family and friends and your life and your network, but others that you'll touch through you lighting the way by choosing to invest time and money in yourself to improve, which is priceless. So thank you so much for doing this. I know this is only the beginning. I know I'll see you again, and I will always be here for a warm family-like text to check in anytime. I'm praying for both of you. Thank you for the privilege to serve you both. It's been an honor, and it's made my day every time I connect with you. Every time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
God bless you both. I'll talk to you soon, Nona, Mina. Bye, sweetheart. Thank you.